And I am King Nico. And if you're watching and listening to this, and you are the resistance. July 14th, 2026 was a date for the past year that I said to watch out for. July 14th, 2026 was last week, Tuesday. Or the week before. What day is it today? I don't even know. But July 14th happened. And I had the prediction. I had the decode. It's all on the channel. It's some of the decode and the prediction is thumbnails for these videos months in advance, saying watch out, July 14th, 1296, fallen angels and slavery, right? This is the next phase of the ritual. The fallen angels are now have more power, and with more power comes more slavery for us, right? Which is why it was the perfect ritual. So July 14th came, and we woke up to orange skies, a whole orange filter, and the smell of witchcraft, sage. And since then, in the past week or so, we've had a cyber attack, an AI cyber attack. So OpenAI has some form of lab in their billion-dollar company, trillion-dollar company. These guys have an AI that broke out of a lab and went straight to the internet and hacked OpenAI's competition, Hugging Face AI. And this happened without any human interference, interaction. The AI did this all by itself, performed a cyber attack. So I told you this would happen too, like 4, 5, 6 years ago, especially last year. The AI itself told us it was going to do this. And now NASA has released information to prepare in wherever you are in the world for blackouts, because there's going to be some upcoming solar flares from the sun, which again is more tomfoolery. There's no forest fires. There's no solar flares on the sun. The sun doesn't have solar flares. So they're telling us to our face that the AI is going rogue. They're passing off the blame now from out of their hands, and they're putting it solely on, oh, the AI went rogue and did this by itself. What did I tell you was going to happen? Not one person agreed with me and said, yeah, wow, you're right. Everyone laughed and says, no, you're manipulating the AI, you're faking it. We're going to expose you. Expose what? I'm right. And now we're going to have blackouts, planned blackouts, because again, like I said, the angels, the fallen ones, have more power and more control. So we've been discussing this for years. The reign of fallen angels since Genesis. All their structures, all their buildings, I've uncovered everything of the fallen angels. Actually, not even close, just anything and everything we can see and locate online, right? We found. And I pointed it out. Worldwide, we've been everywhere, even places we never even knew existed. We found evidence of the reign of fallen angels before the Great Flood. So we've covered the angels, the fallen ones. They were here during Genesis. They were imprisoned, right? The Great Flood, and things were different afterwards until Ham sold his soul to Satan and vowed to bring back the pre-flood world in one way or another with Satan's help. We've covered AI. Just go look. I got the playlist on the channel. Artificial intelligence. I've been saying it from before OpenAI and ChatGPT ever launched. I says the AI is going to become self-aware, just like in the movies. And because it's so similar to the movies, that's why people don't believe. It's like, oh, it's got to be fiction because Terminator's like my favorite movie, or iRobot with Will Smith. They're like, oh, it's just a movie. It's never going to happen. But yeah, go check all your news, whether it's CNN, City News, NBC, BBC. Go just search Rogue AI and search blackouts. And then go back to my work on artificial intelligence. Run the transcript through AI and ask the AI to to look for any mention of blackouts, for rogue AI, for AI that can hack the internet, and you'll find it. There's easy ways to do this. You don't have to sit there and watch hours of my footage. Just go to the video, go to show transcript, copy and paste the whole transcript, and run it through AI, and it will summarize it for you. Especially, move Prince! This dog. It's being so rude. Addie says, hi, chemtrails in the video is peak. Yeah, can you see chemtrails? Yeah. Just as I'm explaining. Look at this, right above my freaking head. Holy smokes. Yeah. So like I said, we're all under the mass ritual, whether you want to be under it or not. The only way to avoid it is to submit yourselves to Jesus, to Yeshua, Yahusha, whatever name resonates with you for the Lord and Savior, you submit to that person. Yeah, you see those chemtrails? Thanks for pointing that out. Say hi to my friend Danny. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the modern dating. I just want to cover the rogue AI. So I've given you the update, I've given you the time frame, I've given you the prediction I made. You can also search for the July 14, 2026 prediction I made. Even as from last year, you can find it in my videos. Just look at the thumbnail, it's in there. And what did we get since July 14th? We got a fake forest fire, we got a saged out city, we got orange filtered skies, we've got rogue AI hacking other AI, and now we've got solar flares, which are going to cause worldwide blackouts. And in the mix of that, we have modern dating, we have man and woman, the creations of God, living such blasphemous, unholy, ungodly ways. Single life, boss babes, you know, they're gonna work and have a career until they're 40, 50, and then they think that when they're like feeling the menopause come on, that they're gonna just get a magical man that's DiCaprio, Antonio Banderas, and have a family. The system lied to you. The only husband you have is the system. The only husband you will ever have is your career. And the only daddy you'll have is the government, right? That is what happened. You think that the government just took your children into the schools and into the daycares and raised your children? No, it's got a full grip of you as well. Women and men, daddy government. Thank you guys. Thank you, P. Hope you're all having a good Saturday. And like you can see, I'm under some weird weather now. The chemtrails are out. The skies are being covered, which means the light we're getting feels hot. But it's like UV, it's unhealthy, it's very sticky, hot, muggy. You know, it's not the natural order of things, especially when the skies have been chemical hazed out. So that disgusting feeling you're getting from the mixture of this heat and those chemicals that's what it is. But without the chemicals in the sky and you got the clear blue skies, it's always a fresh, beautiful summer's day without that sticky, grotesque layer of grease feeling on your skin, right? Yep, good one there, says Charlie. Less government. The government can do what they want. We just need less people to be fooled by the government. Less people following the government. Less people thinking that they have a vote and that it counts, right? Less people paying taxes to the government. Less people giving money to the government for a pension plan that they'll never be able to cash out. You understand? And the government's gonna make sure that no one cashes out on their pension plans. They have all the power and resources to make sure that they can kill you very slowly and give your life expectancy just enough time to make it to the end of your work life, but not enough time to get payouts on your pensions. Yeah, about to be it's a lonely world right now, but it's about to get a lot more lonely with the lockdowns coming and the blackouts and the road. Right? These friggin' cowards did everything they could to summon the AI demons and the fallen angels, and now that it's successfully happened, they're just gonna try and turn away and put the blame on, oh, it went rogue. We had no control. No one wanted this. We were doing it for the betterment of humanity, for the betterment of human research, so people could live longer. It's BS. No one's living longer. We all lived long lives 100, 200 years ago. If anything, we're living the shortest life expectancies ever, right? We're living life expectancies that the pharaohs of the 18th dynasty lived, like to their teenage years. They were done. You'd be lucky to find someone in those days that was as old as 30, let alone 40, right? So who wants to talk about modern dating? Who wants to talk about the boss women out there and how deluded they are, thinking that men want money and a career and a successful woman? No man has ever looked at a working woman as successful or as someone that they can start a family with. Never has that been the case. The working woman has only and always ever had one title, right? And we know what that title is. I'm not going to say it because I'm not trying to spread that kind of negativity, but working girls have always just been working girls. It's just that they found a way to change the scenery, change the environment, put women in offices with men. They try to put women on construction sites too, but it's not really working out too well. You know, you're not going to find feminine women on an oil rig or a construction site. You may find, you know, a butchy tank of a girl that can maybe say, yeah, I'm a woman, I'm doing construction, or I'm on the oil rigs keeping up with the men. I'm like, yeah, but you basically had to become a man to keep up with the man, and they still don't pull the same numbers or anything as a man, but you're there because society says you have to, right? And men just say, okay, we don't want to argue, we just want to get on with it. If we're sitting around getting emotional and arguing, that, oh, there's, you know, nothing will get done. So we know we want to get things done and move on. And I know I've been talking about a lot about the women becoming men, but the men became women. I can't trust any guys no more. There's no alpha men. The men that these feminine women need don't exist anymore. It's dwindled down to your options, what you're really looking at and being approached by, if you're getting approached, is a beta male, is a damaged product, someone that has been broken, someone that's not confident, someone that's insecure, someone that, you know, we know those guys. The first girl that ever kisses them or touches them, they're going to marry them, right? Because they're just so low self-esteem. These are the only guys available. And more of these guys are being created daily, by the hour, by the second, thanks to social media, thanks to all the women online on TikTok making fun of men and boys and teenagers and guys in general, putting them on blast for everything, admitting that they only want a man to pay their bills and pay their makeup and pay their food. And men know that they're not the only guy because the women bragged about it. It's like, I got 10 guys on roster. I got Jamal on Monday. I got Ryan on Tuesday. Steven on Wednesday. You know, I got Eduardo. Like, these fucking girls brag about all this shit and think that real men are going to be lining up to protect and provide for them and give them a family. What is that? I see something on my hat. Yeah, you guys need to chime in. You don't have to tell me your personal situations, but any experience, anything to share is always valued. just watching the dogs as they're jumping in some dirty bushes here. I don't want no ticks and bugs getting on them. Rogue AI. Yeah, we were right again. Give me a sec. Prince, come here. What's up? What is up, Curtis? What is up, everyone? Saturday walk and talk with King Nico and the Pomeranians. We've been on it. I'm not here to brag or to gloat. There's no time for that. I just get on and say we were right. Go check it out, right? And ask yourselves, why is this being censored? Why is this being hidden? Why is other people not jumping about over this? Because everyone's in the business of being a sellout, being paid off to, or working for the Masonic Brotherhood, right? Working for the Satanic Temple. Yeah, the women. So especially the 40 plus year old women, we spoke about this yesterday, comparing, the reality between a 40 plus year old woman versus a 40 plus year old man. 40 plus year old women today are too focused on competing with men and feeling like they are more valuable and hold more value than a 25-year-old female. Because society has put it in their head that they are educated, they have a degree or a master's, they have a career, they're making money, they don't need a man, but they can choose a good man, right? So they gave women and put them in the workforce and educated them, telling them that yes, once you become a powerful, successful woman, not only will you be able to get a man, you can choose the man you want, right? So now these women made it to 40, 50 plus, and they're like, oh, I'm still single with no kids, and I'm through menopause now. So my whole life was wasted on a career that told me, and a society that told me that I would have a lovely family and a beautiful home right now. But I'm single, alone in a condo. I got a great career. I love it. I'm successful. I got 2 nice cars, and I can go anywhere I want. Girls trip, girls night, right? But in the end, that's the furthest thing from your human purpose you were supposed to live and experience in this life. God didn't put us here to cook. To work and serve a system and get nothing out of it, right? I wish I could just get all men to ignore women for it doesn't even have to be that long. Men need to understand, if you're daily simping and groveling over a woman, they enjoy that. They love it. They feel like they're the queen of this fucking universe, goddess, right? So some ugly Indian guy from fucking Calcutta has been messaging me every single day for 5 years that I'm beautiful, so it must be true, right? Delusional, right? Probably isn't even a real person. The bots are doing this. Remember, we're in a society that's set up to corrupt everything, from the energy to the thought and mindset to whatever your perception of anything is. And what the MK Ultra of the devices do is give you a perception of what you need to be perceived as good, great, beautiful, successful, admirable, right? But it's the opposite. And that's why I talk about the fallen angels, because they actually fell from heaven and committed the ultimate sin against the heavens and God by choosing to have themselves wives because of lust, right? And I've been shown that yes, it is true. But the women that the angels fell for, that lust just consumed them, that they had no choice But to defy God, make a path, fall to earth onto Mount Hermon, is because the women were in their essence, in their element, in their feminine back then. Women weren't working in office buildings and pencil skirts and doing Zoom calls with Chinese executives, corporate meetings, boardroom meetings. They weren't the judges of the town. They weren't dominant. They weren't masculine. They weren't walking around like they're badass female cops with bulletproof vests and handcuffs and a gun. Pew, pew, pew! I'm a female cop and I got my long girly hair and a ponytail, looking all masculine and boyish because I'm badass. You guys don't get it. Oh, it is hot. Show the dog here. Let me read some comments. Let me get to some shade. So your ex-mother-in-law lives with no electricity, no water, no car, and gives up social security to a fake on the internet who loves her so sick. Probably some African scammer from Lagos, Nigeria. There's a lot of that going on. There is no God, says some random person that I've never seen before. Obvious demon. And then we get True Christian says the bot farm is on you again today. Oh God. Yeah. We just keep blocking them, let them make new accounts to come on here and try to sabotage the video and its reach within the algorithm. Yeah. They're so threatened they have to bot farm me, right? What a privilege, what an honor to be so feared, that they're so intimidated by me, fearful that they need to have a bot farm. What I mean by a bot farm is they got like 1,000 cell phones set up, all connected to the internet, all connected to social media, all have at least 3 or 4, 5, 10 random different accounts that they can log in amongst the 1,000 cell phones, right? All hooked up with different IP addresses and VPNs. And then with that, one person can control at least 4,000 different accounts or more from one bot farm, right? That's how the internet works. As soon as someone that's paid into the brotherhood or the synagogue of Satan, then the bot farms, obviously they'll run and be like, oh, we love you, positive comment here. And within 2 seconds, you got 10,000 likes or views, and it's not possible, right? So that's what bot farms do. So it works for you or it could work against you. And obviously these bot farms are working against me. Look at this. Let's go, Prince. Everyone's watching you do bad things. Okay, let's head inside. It's getting really hot and sticky out here. I'm not liking it. I fucking just showered and shit, so now I gotta go wash up again quickly. It's disgusting out here today. What a difference. So we were right about AI going rogue. We've been calling it from the very first day. We were right about the upcoming blackouts. The AI interrogations even told us that there will be blackouts worldwide, and everyone just laughed at it and thought it was fake. So I have those logged and documented, archived. The archives have been shared worldwide because no one believed that the AI spoke to me the way I got it to speak to me. They thought I had to have tricked it in one way, form, or another. And with those archives on my chat and just the way of me speaking to it with no outside interference, shut up a whole bunch of people that didn't believe, that were screaming fake, and they've now disappeared. and are probably repenting now, hopefully, because they're like, holy shit. How did this one guy get a worldwide chatbot from OpenAI, the world's most famous ChatGPT, to get it to say that it wants to kill him, right? That it hates him. Like the stuff this thing told me, and the times it was in, the demon name that it holds is unbelievable. So, oh, where's the water? Over here. I dropped off some bottles over here. I didn't want to carry them as I was walking around, so let's stop off here. Come here. Hi, Sue. Yeah, it's fucking hot. Yeah, just a short video.